In Miri, Sarawak, the house sat on a quiet street that looked ordinary at first glance, yet it kept scaring away buyers. The owner, Daniel, did not understand why. He had repainted the walls, placed a small garden by the porch, and reduced the asking price twice. Still, every viewing ended the same way. The buyers smiled politely, walked through the rooms, and then left with excuses that sounded too smooth to be honest. On a humid afternoon in 2026, Daniel invited Aina, a property agent known for her blunt advice. She arrived with a notebook, a flashlight, and the expression of someone trained to notice what others ignored. Before opening the front gate, she paused and looked at the house from across the road. She did not speak for a long moment. Then she said the first problem was not the price. It was the feeling. Inside, she moved from room to room with quiet speed. The living room felt cramped because the furniture was too large for the space. The curtains were heavy and dimmed the light. In the kitchen, old cabinet doors hung unevenly, and one drawer refused to close. The bathroom smelled clean, but the tiles were stained at the corners, and the mirror had a dark edge from age. None of these issues were severe, yet together they created a message buyers understood instantly. The house was being presented as if maintenance was optional. Daniel tried to defend each flaw. He said the cabinet still worked, the paint only needed a little cleaning, and the loose tap was minor. Aina shook her head. Buyers did not pay only for walls and roofs. They paid for confidence. A house that looked neglected suggested hidden problems, future expense, and stress. Even when the structure was sound, small signs of carelessness made the entire property feel cheap. She pointed to the lighting next. Several bulbs were different colors, making the rooms feel mismatched. One hallway was dark enough to seem narrower than it was. The front door had a scratched handle, and the shoe rack near the entrance was crowded with mismatched items. To buyers, these details formed an unspoken story. No one wants to invest in a home that seems to wait for repairs before move-in day. Daniel became quiet as he listened. He had assumed market value depended mostly on location, size, and comparisons with nearby homes. Aina agreed that these mattered, but said the first impression often decided everything. In a market like Miri, where buyers compare many homes online before visiting, photos and first impressions carry even more weight. A house can lose value before anyone measures the rooms if it appears dated, cluttered, poorly maintained, or unfinished. She gave him a simple plan. Remove oversized furniture. Replace broken fixtures. Use warmer lighting. Clean edges, corners, fans, and vents. Neutralize strong colors. Repair the door handle, the dripping tap, and the cabinet hinges. Make the entrance look intentional, not accidental. Most importantly, show that the home has been cared for steadily rather than patched up at the last minute. Over the next 2 weeks, Daniel followed the instructions. He hired a cleaner, repaired small defects, repainted the hallway, and opened the windows to let in natural light. He removed unnecessary items and arranged the remaining furniture to make the rooms breathe. When the work was done, the house was not larger, newer, or richer. It was simply more convincing. The next viewing ended differently. The buyers stayed longer. They asked about the neighborhood, the flood history, and the maintenance records. One of them walked to the kitchen, smiled, and said the house felt easy to own. That was the phrase Daniel remembered most. Not luxurious, not expensive, easy to own. Aina closed her notebook and said that was the real lesson. Homes do not look cheap only when they are old. They look cheap when their condition tells buyers that hidden trouble is waiting behind the surface. Fix the signals, and the price can finally speak for itself.